Well, we are watching a few systems in the central and eastern U.S. and another atmospheric river for the Pacific Northwest. Another atmospheric river aimed at Northern California primarily, but all of the Pacific Northwest is looking at another wet weekend. It's been a pretty wet winter season here so far, for especially Oregon and Washington, but also Northern California. We've got a big Pacific storm in the Pacific just north of the Hawaiian Islands. And essentially these are just pools of cold air that break off from Siberia, push warm tropical air out ahead of it, and that creates these plumes of moisture that then aim right at somewhere along the west coast. And this time that atmospheric river is going to be headed right towards Northern California. So you can see that train of moisture from the Hawaiian Islands all the way to Northern California here through the course of the weekend. So that means quite a bit of moisture. Flood watches are posted in green here for the northern parts of California, north central California, and also some winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories for the higher elevations there in the Sierra Nevada. So we're already seeing moisture this morning, Friday through the day, rain showers for Northern California, Oregon, snow as you head into Washington, of course, in the higher elevations. And we're just going to see waves of moisture right through the weekend into Monday that will really add up to some substantial moisture here. Some of the areas in Northern California can see 8 to 10 inches of liquid equivalent precipitation. Now, some of these areas in the higher elevation, that'll be in the form of a lot of snow, but other areas, that's just a lot of moisture, but even 3 to 4 inches of water is a lot, and Northern California is going to see quite a bit. Again, in the Sierra Nevada, we are going to see substantial winter impacts here with the heavy snowfall from this system as well, and widespread snow in all the mountains of the Northwest here over the course of the weekend, including the Sierra Nevada, which is important. They're actually behind, if you can believe it, for snowfall in the Sierra Nevada and overall precipitation. And that's the real key moisture for recharging California's aquifers during the winter season. And once again, there's a huge divide between north and south. Southern California has seen just about 1 to 5% of normal winter precip, compared to Northern California, which has seen almost normal precipitation. But again, the Sierra Nevada, that's where we're running up some big deficits, and also all of Southern California, just exacerbating the fire situation there. And winter is the only time they really get significant moisture in Southern California and really statewide. So when you miss out on winter precip, you're really setting yourself up for a very potentially dry spring and summer. We also have a system in the central U.S. That is creating mostly rain right now, but as it moves across the southeast and the east, it is going to turn to snow here along the Great Lakes and into parts of the northeast. So a widespread soaking for much of the southeast, the mid-Atlantic states, up to 1 to 2, even 3 inches of rainfall for some areas. And then it will be, of course, in the form of snow as we head into the northeast states here. Not significant snowfall, but some fresh snowfall nonetheless. A couple of inches of fresh snow for portions of upstate New York into Vermont, New Hampshire, and also into parts of southern Maine out of that system. Again, on the northern end where the air will be just cold enough. Not to be outdone, the north central U.S. is seeing a system as well. So northeastern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, UP of Michigan, and then along parts of the Great Lakes we'll see some snowfall too. North shore of Lake Superior on the Minnesota side, we're looking at over a half foot of snow here over the course of the weekend. But southern Minnesota, including the Twin Cities, which is really way behind in winter snowfall, not a whole lot there to speak of, but then that snow continues across northern Wisconsin into the UP of Michigan and even into the lower part of Michigan as too. Might see a couple of inches of fresh snow over the weekend. So a few systems creating active weather over the weekend.